Okay, this one's a lot more wholesome. Beyblade was unhinged and kind of amazing. Yes, it was. Spinning tops. And we're not talking about Beyblade that you guys know now. I'm talking about the Beyblade back when I was growing up. The first Beyblade with Tyson and friends what was their team called?
These are the people who help you stay well, searching lower prices and brands you love on the shelf.
I don't care about your stupid song. Come on, like this is gonna be fun.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's get something more fun. Nothing too, depressing. This is gonna be fun to listen to. So this is the Did You Know? The Did You Know? I see how he did that. Did you know? So he posted this today, and it says Beyblade was unhinged and kind of amazing. So he's gonna give praise to, I'm pretty sure, to Beyblade. So we're gonna hear what he has to say. So this is gonna be interesting because Beyblade's one of my favorite kid anime or kid toy line.
About Metal Fusion?
No. I'm talking about the old school one. The one when I was growing up with that used to come on Saturday mornings on ABC Family, or what was the other channel it was on? I think it was on another channel. Or it came on Disney back if you had cable, like if you had Toon Disney, if you had DirecTV, you saw Beyblade. If you had ABC Family on cable back in the day when it was used to be called ABC Family, on Saturday mornings you would get to see Beyblade. I think Beyblade was on another channel, but I can't think of it right now. But Beyblade was one of those animes was just a gem if you was a kid. If you and it became a real thing over time, especially it was more accessible for everyone who watched it on Toon Disney when it was called Toon Disney, not Disney XD. That's how old I am. It was called Toon Disney. But yeah, let's go. Oh, sorry about that. Let's go.
Beyblade Series 1 is completely unhinged, and I kind of love it. This year I discovered that all of Beyblade's original series is just chilling on YouTube, officially, legally. I thought about how much I enjoyed rediscovering my childhood love for Digimon these past few years, and with Beyblade just sitting there in front of me, I figured I'd let it rip. After watching through the first 2 arcs, I'm here to report that Beyblade isn't as good as I remembered. It's way better.
Stupid. You would always say...
Yes! Let's be honest! Okay, wait. First thing, let's be honest. Beyblade, the original Beyblade, the first one with Tyson and friends, I would say is the best Beyblade out of all of them. I will not. You changed my mind. I don't give a fuck if you don't think I'm wrong or right. Like shit. Beyblade, the original, was the best because it was just like Pokemon Gen 1 and 2 and 3. Gen 1 Pokemon with Ash and Tyson was like the same person. They will get in physical fights with other trainers or other Beybladers because shit didn't go well for them or things didn't go their way. They was more realistic than they are now. Oh, no, Tyson was still himself all the way to the far end of the end of his journey. But like Ash became like a delinquent, not a delinquent, but he was a delinquent in behavior towards other people in his beginning of his journey, became literally a fucking like reformed prisoner. He was always kind, always nice now. Friendship is key. I'm always friends with my Pokemon, not like I try punch a Mewtwo in his face. You know what I'm saying? He got in fights with Pokemon. You know what I'm saying? So that's I think the day Ash died for me is when he I think it was around Pokemon Advanced. I think, yeah, after Pokemon, like, when Pokemon Advance came through, I think Ash died for me. That's when he was becoming more friendly there and all that shit. And I was like, nah, I don't like that friendliness. That's always kind all the time type shit. That's not realistic. That everyone's always kind all the time. Thank you, I appreciate it. Hey, Digimon, what's bringing on? Hey, bro, if you want to come over here on YouTube and listen to the conversation we're having, it's going to be on YouTube. Oh, this part's going to be cut out on YouTube. And you want to be part of the conversation, we're talking about Beyblade and all that great stuff. So you want to come see it, you can, and be part of the conversation. Your comments will be in the video. So hopefully, if you keep on track, you can see and have fun with us. But yeah, I think Tyson and Ash was kind of the same person at a certain extent. They just wanted to be the best, and that was it. Now it's like, I don't know about the Ash, but Tyson was a real dude. He was real. He got in fights. I think he got in a physical fight with Kai like twice or some shit.
No teach, he was problematic, rolling on the floor laughing.
I love that what made him real. The more problematic someone was, the more realistic they came off. The more nicer it is, like, nah, you're like a robot NPC. I don't like you. I'm saying, like, that was it for me, right? I don't know. Just Beyblade was just different. It was a different beast. Like, if you look at the Beyblade, Metal Fusion, and all of them, they're all just kind of the same. They're all
gone from Pokemon now.
Yeah, like Ash is long gone. But like, if you look at Beyblade, Metal Fusion, and Up, like all of them after the Beyblade G Revolution or G Evolution or G Revolution, I think it's Revolution. After that, everyone was just kind and nice to each other, and it, like, I'm not gonna lie, the story just got unhingedly stupid, where it was like Beyblade is like life, like literally Beyblade is life. Like, if you don't breathe and shit Beyblade, your life is over. It's like Black Clover. If you don't have magic, you're literally just nothing. You're nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it is. So yeah, like, I don't know. I think Beyblade was in a great spot when it first came around.
Rip.
They were blowing up moons with Beyblade.
Beyblade is nuts. This is a sports anime in its structure, but also a monster battling series like Digimon, Pokemon, Monster Rancher. Sure, the monsters are trapped inside spinning tops, but every main character is partnered with a monster of their own that fights battles for them. Beyblade is absolutely one of those shows. It also may be the definitive case of an English dub just hamming it up. Everybody was too busy making fun of Digimon's dub or the 4Kids One Piece dub or Brock's Jelly Donuts to notice Beyblade going completely off the rails.
Yes.
You remember Dizzy, the Bit Beast trapped inside Chief's laptop? Not a real character in the Japanese version. Yeah, the dub made her up. This is what you're probably used to seeing on Chief's laptop. And
what?
The exact same scene.
Are you serious? That was made up? Oh my god! What? You see, these fucking dubs. You can trust a dub. You can't trust a dub for the life of you. They're always out to get you. You start learning new things about your life, and you're just like, I lived a lie. My life was a lie. Damn it! Damn it! They got me again!
And she's not the only dub original creation, but we'll get to that in a bit. Let me be clear that this is not a takedown of Beyblade and its
Just
English
like
dub, but rather a look back celebration of the charming absurdity of this series. The original show was kinda nuts regardless of language, but the English edition and its banger soundtrack is this millennial classic. Episode 1 of Series 1 starts with an all-timer of an opening line. Quote, "Eons ago, when the sport of Beyblading was young, powerful beasts roamed the earth." So right away I knew I was in for a treat with my rewatch. The voiceover goes on to talk about the old ways fading and how the beasts shall rise again. Then we meet Tyson and learn a bit about his life. He's training with his disco hip-hop grandpa who says things like "my man" and "capiche" and "ya dig" after every sentence. We meet what look like local bullies picking on Tyson, but we soon learn they just want to bay battle him because everybody in town knows he rules and they want to learn from the best. Tyson is meant to battle a similarly talented Beyblader that day, Andrew, who is the weirdest looking kid I've ever seen in anime.
I know. The art style was strange. That's a grown man. That's a grown man. You can't tell me that's not a grown man. His credit score is 700. What the fuck? That's a grown man. That is not a 12-year-old boy. Shit. The art style was wild. Sometimes the art style was just beyond his head. It was like almost One Piece levels of weird. Like, I don't know who was thinking this was a child, but no, that's not a child. That's a grown man.
Want to learn from the best. Tyson is meant to battle a similar Beyblader that day, Andrew, who is the weirdest looking kid I've ever seen in anime, and I feel like the less I know about this character, the better. Carlos, a shark who takes the Beyblades of everyone he beats, demolishes Andrew before Tyson arrives. There's this bizarre joke in the dub where Carlos starts laughing, is asked what's so funny, and he replies, quote, "It's probably just a nervous laugh I used to hide my insecurity." This is like abridged series humor in the official show.
Wait, what? I don't remember that. Did he really? Did he really say that in the dub? Wolf, hey, Son Goku, what's going on? Did he really say that in the dub? Are you fucking serious? No. Did he really say that?
Exits the scene, the local kids unpack what just happened, and it's here that Tyson meets the Chief, Kenny, as well as Dizzy, the Bit Beast trapped inside the Chief's computer. Like I mentioned up top, she's a dub exclusive character, and any of these sort of Beyblade analyzer images you saw throughout the show, those were creations of the Western production.
Are you kidding me?
That Dizzy was included to add a girl character to the show's all-boy main cast. Hillary wouldn't join the cast until the second series, so this theory strikes me as logical. The weird thing with Dizzy, though, is the fact that in the early episodes, she's constantly flirting with the preteen cast of this show. One of her first lines...
Yeah, I do kind of remember that. She would say very sus things, and it was just really weird to me. I know that was a strange power fantasy thing. I don't know what it was for the show. She would strangely like say like sus things to the boys. And I didn't find it weird. I just thought, oh, it's just a robot. So you don't really think much of it as a kid, or you didn't really give a fuck. But like now thinking as an adult in his near his 30s, like, wow, that's fucking weird now when I think of it now. That just shows how much tunnel vision you have as a kid when you just want to watch something. You don't give a shit about anything around you. You just care about...
AI girl, LOL.
I know, right? The first AI girl...
When are you going to introduce me to your cute little friend? In reference to Tyson, she also asks Chief, quote, when are
That's
you and
crazy.
I going to have some alone time? It's
what?
Good. Tyson challenges Carlos to a Bay battle by the river to win back the stolen Beyblades. He defeats Carlos, which is when Carlos's boss and the coolest character in the series, Kai, makes his first appearance. He says, I'm the leader of the Blade Sharks. And then seconds later, Chief gets that name wrong and says, the Bay Sharks are the toughest. As far as I can tell, this is not like a bit or a joke where the character gets the name wrong to diffuse the tension. Just a funny dub inconsistency. Episode 2.
What makes Beyblade funny and cool at the same time, everyone was just stylized, like they was stylized and like dressed cool for like no reason, right? Like look at Kai, for instance. Look at the shit he has on. It's like he's going into battle for like what reason? He's not like, he's like, these kids are like 10. These are 10-year-old kids, I think, if I remember right.
Contains another amazing script inconsistency. In this episode, Andrew explains what Bit Beasts are to Tyson, even though in episode 1, Tyson responded to Dizzy's existence by saying, you got a Bit Beast trapped inside your computer? Here in episode 2, Tyson says, what the heck is a Bit Beast anyway? But also, Chief says, I was meaning to introduce Dizzy to you, even though Tyson and Dizzy were introduced to each other in episode 1. Before we can think too much about it, we cut to Carlos getting the Beyblade equivalent of an execution. Kai announces that Carlos has embarrassed the Blade Sharks, who have never lost a match. Then 2 of Kai's goons pin down Carlos while 3 others launch their blades at Carlos and massacre his blade as he screams for mercy. This is ridiculous, and again, you can't say this is the dub being goofy because the source animation and the source scenario here are completely absurd as is. The Blade Sharks kidnap Chief in an effort to lure Tyson out to their warehouse, and it works. Only Tyson has now rebuilt his Beyblade with Dragoon spirit inside. Kai's Dranzer and Tyson's Dragoon have their first of many legendary battles that ends in a draw. Kai escapes, Chief, Andrew, and Tyson go home, and Andrew kind of stops getting screen time from here on out, which is fine by me. I don't want to look at him. Episode 3 starts with a puppy that's fallen into the river being pulled downstream towards its demise. For some reason, this episode is ingrained in my mind like 20 years later. I still remember this episode so vividly. A new character, Max, does a...
I'm not gonna lie, I honestly thought, wow, the drawing on Max looks really strange. The proportions on Max look really strange. I thought Max was a female. I'm not gonna lie. Who else thought that? Like, for the longest while, I thought Max was a female. And I came to realize it was just a boy. Or, like, I thought it was a female who was, like, boyish. And I'm like, oh, whatever. But I was like, I can't tell. But then when they used, like, the pronouns of him, I was like, oh, it's a dude. All right. I guess I can get behind that. But I was like, what the fuck? Like, I literally thought Max was a girl at one point. For the longest while, I kept on thinking that.
Trick shot with his Beyblade to move some logs that get the dog back on land. The guys befriend Max, who I think has a great English voice. It strikes me as very real from one of these English dubs. Beyblade cast real teens for the lead roles.
Thank you. I appreciate it, my bro.
and you can totally hear the authenticity. Also, apparently in the Japanese version, Max struggles
What's up,
with
my
being
bro?
half Japanese, half American, with most Japanese kids seeing him as foreign for his blonde hair and freckles. Tyson and Chief are the first people to befriend him, despite him looking like a foreigner, which is kind of sweet. Not really a thing in the dub, though. Max takes the guys to his dad's hobby shop / house
What's
and
going on, my
shows
bro?
them
What
the
brings you to the
gigantic
stream?
practice ring in the basement. He says my favorite line yet, quote, "Would you believe it was here when we bought the place?" Which is so good. It would be easier to believe that Max's dad, who owns a hobby shop, would have had this installed, but the show is so insistent on selling kids on the idea that Beyblade is such a core part of this world that some buildings just have base stadiums in them when you move in. Tyson and Max
Ah. Plus Ultra, just chilling. Okay, I see. Bro, if you want to come over here and be part of the podcast thing we're doing, you can come over here on YouTube or Twitch and we can be part of the conversation. We're watching and doing a reaction as I'm doing my artwork on the side. You can still see the artwork from the YouTube video, so it's not like you're not going to be able to see this. It'll be much more easier to see and everything as we're talking about and reacting to this thing we're talking about. We're talking about Beyblade. If you're familiar with it, you can come over here if you like.
have the equivalent of a Beyblade sparring match. We meet Mr. Dickinson, the chairman of the official Beyblading committee, the BBA, who encourages the boys to enter in the BBA regional qualifiers, kicking off the first of many tournament arcs in this beautiful series. It's here in episode 4 onwards that the show hams up the BBA segments like you're actually watching sports coverage. Whenever we're seeing footage from the tournaments, we get this BBA watermark in the bottom of the screen. I think
I always thought that was kind of cool.
And also kind of cool. We get the host DJ Jazzman, named Blader DJ in Japanese. No clue why they renamed him, but he's like Metabot's Mr. Referee. DJ Jazzman is not alone, mind you. We also get two Beyblade commentators, my boys AJ Topper and Brad Best.
That would be cool. Like a bathhouse.
On screen right now, but I can't because they're audio only characters. Not only that, they're dub only characters. The English production really committed to the bit of having the tournaments be like a legit sports broadcast by creating two sports commentators who are explaining what we're seeing on screen with puns and zingers any chance they get, because obviously this is an English dub. They're like those ESPN commentator guys from Dodgeball. They're exactly that. Tyson, Max, and Kai all advance, but we're also introduced to Mr. Dickinson's mysterious star child Ray. He's here from China by special invite flown in.
Thank
by
you,
Mr.
I appreciate
Dickinson.
it.
Our
Thank
first
you,
serious
thank you.
match comes in episode
Thank
5
you.
with Max versus.
We're also streaming on Twitch, so if you want to check from Twitch, if you like Twitch more than YouTube, you can go there if you like. You don't have to, I'm just saying. But if you want to, go ahead.
We all know Max isn't going to win, but he puts up a hell of a fight. Prior to the fight, Max's dad gives him a pendant that belonged to his grandmother, which he wears into battle. After round 1, Max's blade flies out of the stadium and smashes the pendant, but out comes a bit beast, or a bit, you know what I mean. Quote, "I remember this from when I was very young. Grandma said it was a symbol of great power called Drasil." He clips the bit onto his green Beyblade and says, "This one's for you, Grandma." Ultimately, Kai takes it, but backstage they have this good moment where Max congratulates Kai, and Kai shows some respect back. Episode 6 is Tyson facing off against Ray. Ray shatters Tyson's blade in round 1, and unless he can fix it, Tyson has to forfeit. Kenny repairs it and adds a new defense ring with enough velocity to create a tornado. Tyson takes round 2, and although the score is 1-1, Ray abruptly forfeits, deciding there's no point in continuing since he really has—
I'm not gonna lie, Ray was pretty cool. And he had this, oddly enough, he was like, it was in Japan, so like, he was like very like, traditionally Asian, like based on his design, but he had this surfer bro like accent.
TikTok and YouTube.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you. You're awesome, bro. Thank you. Cool. So like he always had this like I think the voice actor who does Ray is the same voice actor who does the main hero from 104 Hero. I think Hero 104, if you know what I'm talking about, used to come out very late on Cartoon Network. I think he's the same voice actor who plays the guy, Gil? I think his name is Gil from Johnny Test, the blonde-haired dude that the two sisters like very much. I think it's the same voice actor. And I think he's voiced some other hero, but I can't think of it right now from another show, or something like that. Oh no, he's also the same voice actor who played NT Mega Man with Lan. If you know what I'm talking about, if you watch the Mega Man series, you know what I'm talking about as a kid when it used to come on Saturday mornings on Kids WB, I think at the time it was called.
There's no chance of beating Tyson, which is objectively false because he quite literally beat Tyson in round 1, but it's a cool little moment in this tournament arc. It's also here I should mention the show has a breakneck pace. I do not remember all of this originally taking place in 7 episodes.
Yeah, I don't remember that either.
Could stretch out these.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember majority of the shit happening in so happening so fast within the episodes, but now re-looking at them, it conjures my memory on it. But like, Jesus Christ, there's a lot of things as a kid when you're just focusing on like the battles alone, everything else does not matter. Now when you're just literally as an adult now looking back on this, I'm like, shit. Thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you. Aw, thank you, I appreciate it. But like, aw, love back, bro. Nothing but love. But but the show itself, like, if you pay attention now, there's a lot of things that probably went over our heads or things we just didn't pay attention to too much now. But now looking back at it, I kind of want to rewatch the show again. This show was fucking unhinged. I think the show got even more unhinged at the far end of the show, like the ending of like the last season when it was between Kai and Tyson, the final battle. My God, if you was a kid and you like Beyblade and you saw this show and you saw the last final fight between Kai and Tyson, that shit was as intense as Dragon Ball. For like no reason. It was just intense for the sake of being intense. Like, it was weird because for some odd reason in the game or when they used to use their Beyblades, if their Beyblades took a lot of damage, for some odd reason, they never really said this out loud, but like, you just kind of went with it as a kid. If your Beyblade got destroyed or like if your Beyblade got really fucked up, you will get scratches and marks for like no reason or whatever. Like, not in the first season, not really, but like at the far end, like in G Revolution, if you was like getting damaged in the show for some odd reason, you would get hurt as badly. Because like, I remember when Tyson and Kai went at it, they was going so far at it that they was destroying like the arena, right? Because as the show progressed, they had to intensify the fights. Instead of them just being in like a circle where the tops will hit each other, they will actually make literal like arenas that had like rocks and canyons. Sometimes I think one was like actually like a little small city or something, and then they had to use like the environments sometimes to their advantage depending on who they was defeating. And at the far end of the show of G Revolution, it was Tyson and Kai.
I just assumed that they did that to show how serious it is.
No, they did. But what made this funny is what people didn't realize, and I didn't realize it, is that the fight between Kai and Tyson was a big homage to Dragon Ball. Think about it. Like, the fight between Tyson and Kai was in a canyon. Goku met Vegeta in a canyon. Like, they fought in the canyon. In the canyon. Do you remember that? Like, I was like, oh shit, this is a big reference to Dragon.
Crazy.
I was like, hey, hon, you can come over here, be part of the conversation if you want. Go on YouTube or Twitch. We're doing the podcast thing. But like, Jesus Christ, you know, thank you. But
I'm back.
we're over here talking about Beyblade. I don't know if you grew up with the first Beyblade, but I know I did. Jesus Christ, like, this was that shit. I tell you, bro. This show was so, like, it had homages to a lot of things. Yeah, come over here. So when you watch this show, you see a bunch of, like, references to other things that you may not solely know as a kid.
Hi, big
but
brother, I like Beyblade. Yes, I do.
Yes, let's go. But like, that was the greatest thing I didn't realize later on in life. Like, the fight between Kai and Tyson was the fight between Goku and Vegeta. And it was so intense because in a weird, strange way... Okay, that's fine. But in a strange, weird way, I forgot, I think it was Dizzy mentioned this, like, the more in tune you are with your Bit Beast or your Beyblade, the more your heart rate or your body will take damage. It was so strange how that was a thing. So the more in tune you are with your bit beast, the more damage you will take. They didn't really outright say it like that, but they made it like that. So like if Tyson was really stressed out, it will show his stress levels and stuff. They tried to really make this thing like a thing. Like if this was like a real sport or some shit. It was that serious. But like the absurdity of this show was like absurd, but it was anime for kids type absurd. But now, if you look at the anime now, like Metal Fusion and all that stuff, it's just literally, if you're not breathing Beyblade, shitting out Beyblade, pissing Beyblade, seeing Beyblade, hearing Beyblade, tasting Beyblade, it's not life. It's like Ball is life type nonsense. It was almost, I can't watch it because it's like so ridiculous to the point that it's like almost Yu-Gi-Oh levels of stupid. But then again, it's Yu-Gi-Oh, right? Yu-Gi-Oh is like different compared to Beyblade because Yu-Gi-Oh already started off with the whole Egyptian card thing, right? So it was not that absurd and it had like futuristic tech. So you kind of went with it. But with something with spinning tops, it just kind of breaks the whole the thing for me for the new shows. That's why I don't really watch them. I'm aware of them, but I don't watch them. But this one, I believe that Beyblade, the first generation Beyblade from Beyblade to G Revolution, I think that's the best one. That is literally, I die on that hill. I don't care what anyone tells me. You can like Beyblade Fusion or whatever, and you think it's a great thing, fine, that's fine. But I honestly believe the old Beyblade that I grew up with, the original one that came out, is still king for obvious reasons. And I'm pretty sure most people who are into Beyblade in the Metal Fusion and up haven't seen this version. So if they go back and see this version, yeah, they're gonna be like, oh, the art style's kind of ugly at the very first like I don't know, like season 1. But what's great about Beyblade, as the show progresses, the art style changes like One Piece. So it changes and it looks better. So like from
I do, brother.
Hello.
What is it called so I can watch it?
Well, the show. It's literally just called Beyblade. If you're talking about the anime, just Beyblade. I think it's called. First, it's like I think it's Beyblade, and then Beyblade G-Force, and then the third one, which is the third season, I believe, is Beyblade G Revolution. Those are the top 3. They're all kind of like a horse in it. Like they're just like goated completely.
Battles any longer than a single episode. So episode 7 starts and the finals take place in a cage match because of course they do. Tyson takes round 1 pretty easily, prompting Kai to take off his gauntlets. It's a full-on weighted training clothes moment like in Dragon Ball Z. He also tells Tyson, you treat this like a game, but I choose to compete only for family honor, not for fun. Just wouldn't be anime without a rival motivated by family honor, Saiyan pride, you know, that whole thing.
See, Saiyan pride, you know what I'm saying?
For round 3. Here they do the thing
like
that some anime will do.
Like literally Kai was Vegeta without the whole temper thing. He was still a dickish dude, but like he was like dude was literally like Vegeta. He was always very serious all the time.
The series finale, they play an instrumental version of the original theme song, and you're reminded of how long and hard the journey has been, so you're overwhelmed with emotion. Here in episode 7, they absolutely did not earn the play the theme song inside the show moment, but I'm here for it, and clearly the show is too. Tyson takes round 3, winning the tournament, and then without any of them being briefed or agreeing to this, Mr. Dickinson and DJ Jazzman announce in front of the entire audience and everyone watching at home that Max, Ray, Kai, and Tyson are the new official Japan team in the Beyblade World Championships.
Nice.
None of them have a real problem with this. I wouldn't either if I got to travel the world Beyblading. Kai is named the team captain, which I immediately know is going to be a very good dynamic.
It gets better over time.
As a team is, I agreed to lead the team, but that doesn't mean we're going to be the best of chums now. I'm here for one reason, and that's to coach this team to victory at the World Championships. Then the Beyblade theme song plays inside the show again while Tyson, Max, and Ray pose on the podium. And that's the first arc, setting up the Asia tournament arc where we dive into Ray's past with the White Tigers. This Beyblade rewatch has been a genuine surprise and delight. The already absurd Japanese series was made even sillier by an English dub that is willing to laugh at itself and has committed to this incredible ESPN Sports Network bit, inventing new off-screen commentators to make that vision a reality. I found this interview with the cast, and the voice of Kenny said something I thought was legitimately a great point. Quote, "What I love about Beyblade is how it provides good action for children, but it doesn't contain a huge amount of violence like some other animated shows that are out there. Of course, I don't think the Digimon and Pokemon battles we were watching turned kids violent, but he's kind of got a point where watching through this in 2001 and again in 2024, my adrenaline was pumping and all that was really happening was two tops spinning. In that same interview featurette, Ray's actor says, quote, "It doesn't matter who you are. I mean, there are boys battling girls, girls battling boys, and it's all to do with your bit beast and your strategy, so it's not a physical thing. It's not the bully that's always going to win the fight, it's the little guys. Really the strategy that keeps you going." I do like this point that boys and girls and nerds and jocks can all battle and
yeah, that was the thing about Beyblade. It was
unless your opponent has
thing called Mega Man and I hated it.
Oh, Mega Man. Which one? Which version? I guess like any version or just the same, or the one from the TV show. And then there's two of them. Like that was the thing about this show. Like you didn't have to be, the gender didn't come in. It's just if you had one, you can play.
Has a bit beast and you don't, then there's absolutely nothing even about Beyblade. So yeah, I was pleasantly surprised with my return to
you're talking
Beyblade.
about the
I thought I
one.
discovered sports anime in the mid-2010s with stuff like Haikyuu and Yuri on Ice, but now I realize a love of sports anime and the sheer hype of tournament arcs was ingrained in me at a young age through Beyblade. The unhinged dub is a joy to poke fun at, and because the original show's premise is so absurd to begin with, there's really no argument about the dub jokes ruining the sanctity of the original Japanese show. It's spinning tops hitting each other and great big monsters popping out. I don't know about you, but I'm down to watch through the Asia arc, the America arc, seeing as the entire series has been up on YouTube on the official Beyblade channel for years.
Wait, I think there was two of them. There was one when there was two versions, I think, TV show. Wait. Are you talking about the Western one? Because I remember that Cartoon Network for some odd reason had a Mega Man cartoon show. It wasn't anime, but it was like a cartoon show thing. It had the regular Mega Man, but like it was kind of like very ugly. It was a 3D. Is that what you're referring to?
Thing where I cover a Beyblade arc every few weeks. Definitely comment to let me know that you're interested in that kind of video. Subscribe if you enjoyed this. I know subscribing can be kind of pointless when YouTube just recommends the stuff you like to you anyways, but the next big milestone for this channel is 50,000 subscribers, and that would be unreal. Thanks.
All right, so that was cool. 2D. Is it the one where they use like...
My dad at one point was a serious Beyblade player for a short time.
For real? He probably like spinning toss back in the day. Like, I mean, spinning toss was a thing back in the day, but like not Beyblade, but like it was spinning tops. That was a thing. Because I think it was testing how hard you can spin the thing and then it will just hit other taps. That was a thing. Now that was Beyblade was Unhinged and Kind of Amazing by Did You Know. I would like to watch another video from him because I kind of like this nostalgia stuff. So, and we've created to put a quick like thumb.